can't imagine, David. David Coulthard going 8th in the qualifying session. They are all ready to go to work, and first of all, we're going to focus on the big-headed Dutchman, Robert Doornbos. Let's join Martin Brundle and James Allen. James, you better explain what I've been talking about regarding Bob's Bonds.
Doornbos, as he's affectionately known, the 23-year-old Dutchman. That's right, Jim. Here he comes out on track. Well, he seems to have a very large head in terms of helmet size. One of the largest helmets that Arai make is provided to Doornbos, extra large. Certainly quite a lot of brains in there. Talking to my Dutch colleagues in the media, they all say he's a very bright bloke. He started out his career, Martin, interestingly, as a tennis player. He's one of these guys that's just irritatingly good at all sports, but he was a sort of junior Wimbledon, that kind of level tennis player until he was 16. And legend has it that his father, who runs the Komatsu franchise in Holland, went along. They were sponsoring Williams, went along to the 97 Belgian Grand Prix and met Jacques Villeneuve there. And a conversation with Villeneuve was enough to inspire Doornbos to switch from tennis and say to his dad, I want to go racing now. He missed out on karting altogether, went straight into Formula Opel Lotus and didn't even sit in a racing car till 99. And here he is on the grid of a Formula 1 Grand Prix in 2005. And more interestingly, straight into the Minardi, straight on the pace and challenging Albers, who's been in the car all year.
I think it's more to do with maybe the budget than the CV to date, but he's not doing a bad job, is he? He's a confident lad. You definitely notice him around the paddock. I will sadly put aside all of the one-liners I can think of from the earlier conversation about Doornbos. He's now on his hot lap, his first one then. For obviously been test driving for Jordan, hasn't he, through the year, but stepped into the Minardi instead because that's where the opportunity came up. And here he is. He's a Grand Prix driver.
Certainly is, and Paul Stoddart tells me he'll be a Grand Prix driver for the rest of the season as well. He has got a deal through to Shanghai in October. As Martin said, he's been a third driver on Fridays only for the Jordan team and frequently been quicker than Montero Kartikeyan. Obviously gets a little bit more revs and more sets of tyres to play with, but nevertheless, he's been quite impressive. He raced against Liuzzi last year in Formula 3000, won the Belgian race at Spa in the rain, but generally followed Liuzzi home for most of the season. So pedigree reasonable, as you say, the CV not sparkling, but albeit very brief. Let's see what he can do when the pressure's on. What's it like in the cockpit? Into the stadium section then. This is a vital part of a lap here at Hockenheim. Over 20 seconds of the lap is spent in this stadium section. The pace today, the pole sitter will be something in the low 1 minute 14s, possibly a very high 13 if someone really sticks it on its nose. But Doornbos here in the Minardi. They've generally been in the 16s and 17s. That's slower, considerably slower than they were this morning in free practice. An 18.3 for Doornbos compares with a 16.9 he did this morning.
Yeah, he's way too cautious in the first half of